Hi, friends, and thank you so much for joining me through this yoga flow today. So, each day we're going to be focusing on a different chakra. Today we are working on the root chakra. So, this is really focusing on grounding. There are going to be a lot of postures on the ground today, and this is going to be a beginner/intermediate practice.
So let's begin on your breath
with our
as
legs
you
crossed
inhale,
in
bring
a
the
comfortable
shoulders up
seated
towards
position.
your ears, and as you exhale, release. Really focusing on getting air through the lungs, expanding the chest, and exhaling, let it all go. Take a few more cleansing breaths here at your own pace. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, let it all go. On our next breath, slowly inhale as you rise the shoulders up towards the sky. Bring the palms together to touch and down to your heart center. One more time, deep inhale and exhale, arms to heart center. Take some time here to really focus on your intentions for the day. Once again, we are focusing on that root chakra.
This chakra is located at the base of the spine, and it's associated with the feeling of safety and grounding. So this lays the foundation for everything in your life. If you're not safe and grounded, then how can you expand? So really think about that as we focus on our practice today. So let's begin by bringing our right hand down to the ground. Left hand expands towards the ceiling as you inhale and slowly reach over, trying to touch the other side. Deep inhalations through the belly and the chest. And slowly come up. Let's switch sides. Left arm down, trying to get that elbow to touch. Reaching the opposite arm as you look over your armpit. Deep breaths here. Slowly lower that arm and we're going to take a twist. So left arm goes to right knee and twist over your right shoulder. Remember to take deep breaths here. And let's switch, twisting to the left. Back to center. Now we're going to come onto all fours and take some cat-cows here. So inhaling cow pose, exhale round the spine cat pose. Inhaling for cow, exhaling round the spine. Deep inhale as you look up and exhaling round the spine. Inhale, let's try to get a little deeper here, more of an arch. And exhale, looking down. All right, last one here. Inhale, cow pose, and cat pose as you exhale, rounding the spine. All right, come back to a neutral spine. Raise that right arm high as you look up towards the ceiling and sweep it through. Right shoulder goes down. You are looking over your left side. Stay here, or if you want more, extend that left leg. Left arm goes up high. Staying here, continuing to breathe a few more deep breaths. And now let's switch. Come back to a neutral spine. Left arm goes to the high as you sweep over. Left ear goes down. Staying here, or right arm comes up. Right leg extends. Keep breathing. Okay, making your way back to a neutral spine, all fours. All right, now let's come into a bear pose. Ground down through the toes, lift those knees up high. We're strengthening our feet, our hands, and our core here. Let's hold a few more breaths. And release those knees back down. Let's wiggle out those feet, round those ankles. Let's roll out the ankles in circles and back down. We are going to slowly make our way into our first downward facing dog. So bring the knees up, hover, and slowly start to stretch those hamstrings back. So hips are up high. Let's pedal out the feet here, grounding down through the toes, as well as the hands, trying to make an upside down V shape with the body. Take a few deep breaths here in our downward dog. All right, let's reach up those ankles high and slowly can we lean forward into our plank pose. From here, release the elbows coming into an elbow plank and then slowly lower as you make your way down to the floor. Let's rest here. Turn your right cheek towards the ground. Bring the hands up by your chest level, inhaling. We're coming into a baby cobra. Take the hands off to make sure you're not putting extra stress in the lower back. Staying here in this low cobra, or if you're feeling like a little bit more, push up as you release the hips and the belly from the floor. And slowly start to bring yourself back into a downward facing dog. Hips are high, stretching those hamstrings. Let's inhale and exhale, release. Slowly start to tiptoe your feet up towards your hands. Once you get there, make your way into a forward fold. Knees can remain slightly bent here. And coming down into our Muladhara yogi squat. This pose is a wonderful hip opener. It is great for staying grounded, and it's also great to relieve constipation. So we are going to stay here as we extend our right arm down and our left arm up high towards the sky. Deep breath here. On your next exhale, we're going to release and take a bind. Bound arms behind you, fingertips touching each other if you can. Otherwise, just stay with that arm extended. And down, opposite side, right arm reaches high. Looking over that shoulder. Staying here, or if you can, take the bind behind the back. Continuing to breathe deeply here. When you're ready, release that bind. Hands come back to heart center, and let's take a seat. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Try to come into a diamond pose. Get your knees down as far as comfortable. Doing another hip opener. So bring the right big toe in your right hand and extend as high as you can. We're extending out to the side and holding here. If you need to regrip, that's perfectly fine. Just remember to breathe. You can extend the opposite hand to help with balance as well. And release. Opposite leg, left side now. Grabbing with those right fingertips. Extending and holding if you need to. Bring the opposite arm out for balance. And slowly release, coming back into that diamond shape with our toes. And now we're going to do both. So extend both legs out to the side, really focusing on that root chakra to help us stay up. Keeping the spine as straight as possible. And release.
All right, let's recenter, grounding down through the root chakra. Just getting another view here so you guys can see. And slowly begin to lower as far as you can possibly go without putting too much stress on the spine. Once you found a comfortable spot, rest there and let your head hang heavy. Okay, let's come up one vertebrae at a time, slowly. And let's make our way back onto all fours. We're gonna do a little bit of core work here. Let's extend the left leg high behind you and raise the right arm, opposite directions, lengthening and strengthening. Now reach in and extend. Inhale, knees to elbows, extend. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Inhale, crunch. Exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale to extend. Staying here, or if you can, coming into fierce tiger pose. Reaching for that back ankle. Continuing to breathe. And release, opposite side. Right leg, left arm, inhale. And exhale as you crunch in. Inhale to extend. Exhale, crunch. Continuing at your own pace. Let's do one more. Staying here or reaching around, opposite arm, opposite leg. Arching the spine. Great spine opener here. And release to all fours. Let's raise those heels up and toes pressing into the earth. Slowly extend back into downward facing dog. Take some deep inhalations and exhalations here. All right, let's make our way on to the tips of the toes and grounding down. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet and bring up those arms like you're sitting in a chair, 90 degrees between the knees and the hips. And slowly lower down onto the ground. Let's begin some core work for grounding. So heels are down. We're going to raise up the right leg and the left leg and just switch off. Only the heel is touching down, or if you want more of a challenge, don't let either heel touch down. We're going to hover completely off the ground. Really working the core. Hands are up parallel to each other. Let's do 3 more on each side. And then we are going to hold a boat pose. So both legs up high. Try to get your balance here. And slowly release. Let's bring our backs down on the ground, coming into our bridge pose. Ankles close to the hips, palms down. Let's raise those hips up high, squeeze those glutes. Continuing to breathe here. Continuing to squeeze. Grounding down through the feet. Working the glute muscles. Hands pressing down. Making sure our breaths are nice and deep and slowly lower back down. Now we're going into our happy baby pose. So grab the outsides of each ankle and slowly rock side to side, giving your spine a nice little massage here. Your hips should be nice and open. Gently rocking side to side. And if you can, extend the legs out. Further opening up the hips and grounding. All right, bring those knees in towards the chest. Arms outstretched on either side. And let's bring the knees over to the left side, looking over your right shoulder. down towards the end of our practice. Switch sides, look over your left shoulder. And bring those knees back to center. Give yourself a nice big hug, squeeze in tightly, and released, coming into our Shavasana pose. Total relaxation, complete grounding here. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring your knees up and crouch into a fetal position on your right side. When you are ready, make your way back up into a comfortable seated position. And inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, thumbs to third eye center as we bow forward. The divine light within me honors the divine light within each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this practice. Namaste, everyone.